Let's go to Queensland now, where dozens of unions are on strike today in protest at cuts to the public service. The state's new Conservative government confirmed 14,000 job losses when it handed down its first budget yesterday.
A union is fuelling up its members with a breakfast in Brisbane this morning, and our Queensland state political reporter Cathy McLeish is there. Cathy, good morning. Union members are obviously still furious about those job cuts.
Very angry, Michael. It was a big day yesterday. It was the austere budget that had been promised. It was aimed at saving $5.5 billion over the next 3 years, so there was little in it for anybody. There were a couple of sweeteners, $200 million for repair of school buildings. The government also kept its election promises related to keeping the cost of living down, with water rebates and a freeze on electricity tariffs. So a couple of positives there, but of course some big flashpoints with an increase in mining royalties and those 14,000 jobs from the public sector.
What have the unions got planned for this so-called day of action today?
There will be meetings around the state today, like the one that we're at here this morning. Some people won't be able to go to a planned march at midday in the city, so they're gathering here. It's an indication that there is strong concern and support from the public sector for this. The unions are predicting a big day out on the streets.
And how are union leaders telling journalists how they may fight or try to stop or fight these job cuts looking forward?
I'm sorry, Michael, can you say that again?
And what are union leaders saying about how they might potentially campaign against these job cuts, trying obviously to minimise the impact as they battle the budget in the weeks and months ahead?
Well, they say they won't forget. They'll continue to gather, to rally, to put the word out that public servants are concerned. Certainly we're hearing that from people. Yesterday reports started coming in. We started hearing from public servants who had heard in their own departments that how many jobs will go. In many cases those jobs will go out and people will have to apply for their jobs again. So a lot of uncertainty and a lot of concern.
And you touched there on the mining royalty increase. That has certainly got the big miners, BHP Billiton and Xstrata, distinctly offside. They're directly telling Campbell Newman that this could very well result in both job cuts and project cancellations.
Yes, they are. There's a lot of anger from the mining sector. We heard yesterday that they had spoken to the government before and had no indication that there would be an increase in royalties. So a great deal of anger there as well, and I'm sure we'll hear a lot more about that.
We will indeed. Cathy McLeish at that Day of Action breakfast. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Michael.